Hey, welcome to Turn Up Tuesday or whatever day of the week you're doing this on. Um, this is just like a nice little mix of yoga, some weights. We're going to do some hip mobility today as well, and some really good core and arms. So we'll go ahead and start out. And if you happen to have blocks, those will be really handy. Some lighter weights. Someone in the house has my lighter 5 pounds. So I've got 8s, which I think are going to be a little bit heavy. Some of the parts I think they'd be okay. Then I'm just going to make these 2.5-pound plates work. So really anything that you have, water bottles, canned foods, those work really well. So we're going to start in seated position, one leg in front of the other. Feel your sits bones root down. Let your shoulder blades glide down your back. Put on some music that helps you to move. And just take a minute. Maybe make some big circles in the torso. So sits bones are going to stay rooted down to the ground. And just that torso is going to move forward. Hands can be on the top of the knees to kind of create this nice little, really traction, but almost just like holding that mid back, letting you stretch between shoulder blades. Inhale as you come forward. Exhale, draw that navel towards your spine as you round towards the back. Starting to warm up that low back. And then we'll reverse the circling, go in the opposite direction. And anywhere that feels really tight or maybe just particularly nice, feel free to spend a little bit of extra time in that space. Maybe you notice the low back on the right side is a little bit tighter. Coming back towards center, take a nice big long inhale, reach those arms overhead. As you exhale, let that left hand float down, right hand reaches over. Both sits bones are staying on the mat. Shoulders stay open here, getting that stretch along the side body. Inhale back up through center. Exhale, that right hand reaches down, left hand reaches over. Keep the shoulders opening. That left sits bone stays down to the ground. Inhale back up through center and then switch out whichever leg you had in front. Bring the opposite leg in front. Inhale up through center. As you exhale, twist from that belly. Let the right shoulder come behind, left hand to the top of the right knee and keep that twist going. Keep that inhale, drawing the crown of the head up. And the exhale, feel that twist a little bit deeper in the belly. As you inhale, come back up to center, raise those arms, shoulder blades slide down the back. As you exhale, start that twist again. Left shoulder goes back, left hand to the, or right hand to the top of the left knee. Inhale, go long through the crown of the head. Exhale, maybe there's a little bit more of a twist. Inhale, come back up through center. As you exhale, cactus those arms. So shoulder blades are drawing back, elbows are drawing back, heart lifts, chin lifts. We'll do a little bit of breath of joy. So bring those hands starting at heart center. As you inhale, sweep those arms up. As you exhale, bring the hands, clasp them behind your back. On your next inhale, open up the chest, straighten out the arms. Make sure that the low back is protected. So think of the core engaged here so there's not too big arch in the low back. As you exhale, release the hands, round forward. Inhale it up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, clasp behind the back. Inhale, open up the chest. Exhale, release and round. Inhale it up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more time, just that connection of movement and breath. Inhale it up. Exhale, clasp. Inhale, open up the heart. Exhale, round through, really draw that mid back towards the back wall behind you. Inhale it up. Exhale. Hands coming to heart center. Beautiful. Coming to hands and knees here. Fan out the fingertips nice and wide. Bring those knees directly underneath hips. A couple of cat-cows, start to get the spine moving. So inhale, hips lift, low belly sinks down. Heart shines through, chin comes up last. As you exhale, round, tuck the tailbone under, draw the navel to the spine, press the mat away, tuck the chin. And just follow your breath here, back and forth. Maybe noticing the abdominal wall as it stretches. And then crunching in. Exhale, press it out. Now tuck those toes, walk those hands just slightly forward. Keep those fingertips fanned out nice and wide. The tips of your fingers kind of gripping into the mat. Same as behind the index finger, pinky, and the bottom edges of your thumb. So your hands are kind of creating this nice connection to earth. And press the mat forward as you tuck your toes, send your hips high. Shoulders come neutral so they're not too far up by your ears and they're not sliding so far down your back that your chest is flaring. Lower and soften those heels. They don't need to touch the mat. They can just soften towards the mat. Big, deep inhale, cleansing, clearing exhale. Release your jaw. As you inhale, come up high on those toes. And then begin to kind of soften in the knees. Tuck the tailbone under. Let the spine wave forward here into plank. As you exhale, lower the knees. Send the seat back, then press back up into downward facing dog. So we're going to do a couple of these spinal waves. Inhale, hand those toes. You can bend and soften to earth here as you find a wave forward in your spine. And then exhale, let those hips lift. So it's kind of like as if you were creating a little bit more movement in that cat-cow. Inhale it up. Wave that spine forward, exhale. And you don't need to let your knees touch if you'd rather just have them hover. You'll start to feel the quads begin to light up. One more time, inhale. You can soften down into earth, find that wave of the spine long. Exhale, let those hips lift, low belly sinks down, press them that way, come back into downward facing dog. And then next, inhale, come up high on your toes, wave that spine forward again, coming into plank. Take another inhale here, crown of the head comes forward, that low belly. So if you think of your belly button coming to your mid-back, so you're not just sucking low belly in, but gently drawing in and up. So it almost creates this nice wave, lengthen the spine. Inhale here as you exhale, heels drift towards the left, deep into your knees. So your seat is going back towards the left, knees are going towards the right, chest is going straight towards the back of your mat. Big, deep inhale. Exhale out of an open mouth. Option to bring that left knee down, straighten that right leg down the length of the mat, open up the chest, or you can just keep that left leg extended so now you're in side plank. Lift up the hips, reach that right arm so the right bicep is by the ear. Feel that nice stretch on the right side body. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Deep inhale, cleansing, clearing, exhale. Inhale, come up again high on those toes. You can soften as you wave your spine long. Low belly is drawing gently in and up. So low belly towards mid-back, crown of the head forward. Nice big inhale as you exhale, heels drift to the right, deepen in the knees. Seat's going towards the right. Chest is pressing straight back. Nice little twist. Big deep inhale, cleansing, exhale. Again, option, right knee can come down, extend that left leg out and open up into supported side plank, or you can keep that right leg extended as well. Lift up the hips, reach that left arm over like a big giant rainbow. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Big, deep cleansing, clearing inhale and exhale out of an open mouth. Inhale high on those toes, wave that spine forward. As you exhale, gently lower the knees and take hold of some weights. So first little sequence here, and then we'll kind of play with it, add on to it. So starting out, weights by your side. You can tuck your toes underneath and feel a softening here to protect the spine. Think of pubic bone to belly button so that core is engaged. So think of gently drawing pubic bone to belly button with these core muscles, with low belly. You can also think of hip points drawing in. So we're not exactly crunching the glutes to tuck the tailbone way far under. We just want that tailbone to soften slightly towards the earth. Keep that low back nice and protected here. So weights in hand, we're going to do hammer curl. As you press up, come up onto high knees, and then really activate your core as you do a tricep dip. So those elbows are staying in by the head, biceps by the ears, as those weights just dip down towards your back. Exhale it up, come down, hammer curl it down. So just draw in, press up, tricep dip, bring it up. We're gonna need a little more room for what we have next. Come up, tricep dip. And again, make sure that you're using weights that you can keep good form. I'm sure after a little bit, these 8s are gonna feel a little too heavy, especially on elbows. So feel free to go with what works to keep really good form for now. Lower it down, press it up. Really engage those biceps and press through the shoulders. Use those triceps, squeeze them up, lower down. If you kind of like a little bit more, you could untuck the toes. It kind of asks the quads to get a little bit more involved here, and as well as the hamstrings. 3 more like this. 3. Lots of control. Work those arms. 2. Low belly is still drawing in and up. Protect that low back, softening in the tailbone. Last one like this. Tricep dip, bring it up, press it down. Now we're gonna come forward, bring weights in hand. So we're gonna come forward. Hips are just slightly more forward than the knees. Draw the shoulder blades back, elbows stay in to do some push-ups, little chaturanga push-ups. So elbows stay in, make sure that elbows only go to 90 degrees. We don't wanna sink lower. Keep those elbows at 90. So 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Press it back. That same, curl it in, press it up, tricep dip, up, stay up, and then lean forward. 3, 2, 1. Really smoking through those arms. Curl it up, press it up, tricep dip, bring it down, forward. 3, 2, 1. Whoo-wee. Send it back. Curl in, press it up, tricep, lower it down, forward. 3, 2. Again, if this is getting hard to keep good form, lower those weights down. This will be the last I got on this. This time, come forward. I'm gonna switch out, come forward. Just 1 push up, send it back, curl it in, press it up, tricep, curl it in, bring it forward, lower down. We've only got 3 of these. Bring it up, press it down. 2. Press it up, tricep dip, lower down. Last one. Breathe it out, squeeze it in, press it up, tricep dip. Woo! Lower those weights. Bring those hands forward, send the seat back. Big, deep inhale, cleansing exhale. Coming up a little bit more onto the knees. So hips are a little bit more on top of the knees. Walk those hands forward, keep gaze forward. Keep that low belly drawing in and up. As you reach forward, let that heart sink down. You can always have forehead on top of a block here. Kind of helps soften into the intensity of that stretch in the mid-back, chest. Big, deep inhale, cleansing exhale. Walk those hands back, coming onto the toes. Take a big, deep inhale in. Reach the arms up. As you exhale, bring that right underneath the left, coming into those eagle arms. So back of the palms can be back of the hands or palms. Continue wrapping shoulder blades, glide down your back. That low belly's drawing in and up. Take a big inhale, elbows lift up. As you exhale, round here. Draw your navel towards your spine. Bring those elbows towards your belly button. Feel your shoulder blades kind of open apart a little bit more. As you inhale, breathe in that space in your upper back between the shoulder blades behind your heart. As you exhale, maybe a little bit more rounding in. As you inhale, unfurl, unwind, cactus those arms. Exhale, left under right, back of the hands together. Keep that wrap going so palms are together, shoulder blades glide down your back. Inhale it up. As you exhale, round that belly button in, let that upper back round forward. Inhale the space between shoulder blades. Exhale, maybe there's a little bit more rounding, almost as if your forearms were kind of pulling down towards the mat nice and gently. Inhale, open it up. And then we'll just get everything ready. So have some, I would say, definite lighter weights for where we're going towards the top of your mat. Bring those hands towards the front of your mat. Fingertips fan out nice and wide. Tuck the toes. Bring those hips up. Take a moment to cleanse and clear, almost as if you could inhale up from the earth, from your hands and feet, to that point where it meets at your sacrum, your low back. And then exhale that breath from the low back, down the legs and arms, back into earth. As you're ready, soften into your legs and your elbows. Bring them back. Take a nice big inhale. Reach that right leg up. As you exhale, soften again. Come high up onto those left toes. Press the mat away. Bring that left foot just behind, or no, that's your right foot, behind your right hand. Soften that back heel and your back foot so it's parallel to the mat. Now bend that back knee. Bring those weights with you. So grab weights in hand, bend that back knee. Kind of shimmy back and forth. Shimmy that seat. Find your core. So as if you could press the mat forward with the right foot, heel pressing it in the left, and you find, oh, this is my strength right here through my core. You can inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, press the heels down. Come up now into warrior two. So that right foot is forward, right knee bent. Heel is pressing forward. Knife edge of the left foot pressing into the mat. So you feel this buoying from your legs up through the crown of your head. Outer rotation of that front leg. Make sure that the right knee isn't going out over the toes. Bring your weights into your chest, lifting up through the crown of the head. As you exhale, shoulder blades are gliding down your back. Take another nice inhale. This time as you exhale, lower. So that right elbow is going to come towards the inner thigh. Legs are really, really strong here. And exhale it up. Inhale it down. Exhale it up. So legs are really activated. Lots of energy. So that front leg is pressing forward, knife edge of the back foot, almost as if you could widen your mat or lengthen it. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Bring that left arm so that weight is kind of by your shoulder. Right weight by your hip. So we're going to go right arm like a serving bicep. Draw it in. Left hand, use that oblique. Reach it up and over and down. Right arm like a serving bicep. Draw it in towards the hip. Reach that left arm. Legs are really engaged here. Super strong. Keep going. Use that breath. Lots of core work here. Lots of 4, 4, 3, 2. Keep those legs engaged. Low belly drawing in. Last one. Just hands together. Walk feet in, but first of toes of the knees. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, lower down. Inhale. Inhale up. If you think you can add a bicep onto here, keep shoulder blades getting down your back. Crown lifted. 4 more. 3. This is send that feet in the heels. Reason to hips if you're feeling really from the hips and low back. Last one. Bring that right foot. Plant the hands. Dog. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Toes, leave that spine forward. Exhale. Inhale, straighten the legs. Right up. There. Losing. Exhale, come back. Dog. And cleanse. Ready. Elbows bend the knees. Soften first. And bring that left leg up. As your toes once again soften. And then exhale. The mat. Left foot, left foot, back foot, and bring those weights. Full engagement first. Inhale. Wave that some long. Then exhale. Press feet down. Safely. One heel forward. Outer to that left side. Make sure the knees are going on the toes. Lots of energy in the knife edge. The legs are activated. Up, bring those weights in front of the chest. Take a big inhale. Lower that left out to the side of the left thigh. Exhale that. Legs are really core activated. Legs are working. Down back. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Right weight by the right shoulder. Left weight and exhale. Arm out. Back. Right arm over. And back. Spring bicep. Weight. If this feels like a lot. 4. Back. In fact, I really wish my eyes. I just dropped. I'm feeling okay. few more. 4. By legs engaged, press the front leg forward as if you could lengthen your mat. Pivot back towards the head, in, kind of center core, toes stretch the feet. Then sink it down, press it up. Like your eyes into that. Or those steps in. Press shoulders. Working all the today. Get to the hips. Just 3 more. 3. Last one. Bring it down. Close the plain breath. Inhale. Come up on those toes. That spine forward, heel drift to the left. Deepen the knees. And the left chest towards the back. Stretch that oblique. Again, left feet come to the side plank. Stretching. Taking that right hand down, downward. Take a look forward. Come on, deepen the knees, deepen the flow. Exhale, feet up your hips. Bend the knees, forward fold. Back. And forward fold. Make sure that low belly, bottom ribs is seated back. On straight into the knee, hamstring flexibility. It's to work that too far away because that's really one injured. So be safe, but straightening as long as the body stay connected, protecting just your little tip. Inhale, spine long, tailbone back, exhale, knees. Lift. Time to exhale, bring those weight in the heels, weight in the hips, knees, but then unhinge your core. That front knee pulls you up. We're significant mobility, so move for now. And it's standing to block near the shape of the feet kind of forward. Notice toes out slightly. One might turn out more than the other. Toes are going to be in the same direction as your knees. Let that right foot feel peck at the toes. Really feel behind the pinky toe, behind the toe, the heel, then softly lift the toes. Foot press. We're not creating a lot of tension. You see a ton of tension softening. We're just letting that foot feel really to the knee that you don't want to lock out and back. So bring the left leg up, bring it really hand here. So we're going to be working hip mobility as well as hamstring and glute. Foot is pressing down, head is nice, big, deep here. Exhale, forward, squeeze up, a warrior three. Crown the head forward. If you can stop forward, a little bit of bounce. As you exhale in that Shiva, maybe draw back, stand by your hip, left knee behind knee. Reach it out. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale, fewer. Inhale, reach. Last one. Exhale. Undo that. Right down. Block. You have behind your face forward. Under the block, looking at front. Hip. So, depends on your ankle ability here, but kind of pencil squat. So people can be back themselves. That's still propping out. We're gonna lift that leg up and your breath. If you're down, keep pulling upward. Foot back down. With you, so spread out. Right block, come forward. Block behind the left leg, and then we're gonna into half moon. Is then reach right up, knees up, hands. You're just holding it up there. Add some pulses up and to the side. If you like, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, undo. The block. Come up nice and slow. Like on the right. Exhale forward. We're gonna be straight. I just feel a huge flexion in your knee. And now straight. The toe, big toe edge, big toe mount. They're gonna roll your feet in towards the pinky edge. Keep feet to the toe side. And eventually stretching that T-band, a little bit of glutes and more stuff. And come up. And static walk. Left, going. Take your time. Set up. Bring that foot forward. Stop. Pulls, ankle, knee, ankle, knee alignment is not parallel. Sit up, and that's your press left foot down, but just feel it kind of gently sinking into that to another time the leg. Bring block, right leg, find your balance, find your base, squeeze that, then keep weight in the heel and the hip of that left leg. Find that balance, squeeze that, lift that knee, and reach the arm as well. Take an inhale here. As exhale, squeeze in, that right behind the left. Inhale, open up. Exhale. Feel to hinge your hips. We're working strength as well as that mobility. Sometimes our hips positions. Last one. Exhale. Undo that to help you out here. Towards your left. Switch, bring that left. You see, I guess it's not more. Be able to easily. If you come down, it's going to make it a little it harder to stay up because I actually torture myself in the quad, sitting up and over, drawing up to keep this balance. Four. If you're in this full pistol squat, that quad is going to work even harder, just so you know. But you go for it if you have it. Switch it out. The block in the hand, right leg, and then that hip. So the knee is going to almost open up to the side. Chest opens. You not gaze go or down towards the block. And weight back in the heel and lift up the thigh bone. Find it hard to talk. That blocking. Lift that knee. Keep little pulses up. Okay. It's not eating. It's helping. Use the do a little bit more. Okay. One block. Woo. But this time, long through the crown of the head, hinge forward, hips. Straight, big mounds of your feet. The inside, you're going to keep. Notice the there's a big everyone. Slow here, maybe again. And the hold. Ooh. Back from that, feet wide, forward fold. So feet again, in the hips. You do that. You notice the weird feet where they are. Don't need to be completely parallel. Reach forward with it. And down here, find that wave of the spine, and exhale a little bit more fold. And take a look back behind us. Almost like you could gently draw those elbows up, crown those down more. Feel that stretch back of the legs, maybe even the inner thigh. Quick exhale. Let's get guys. I'm going to care place a little bit in the wave this long. Be can move. So bend the knee. Back of the heels, you can move your seat, then bend over. And there's in as the hips let it happen. They go and go slow here. Lock that length in the spine. You might notice you come all the way down. Easy. Knee, the ankle, come back. Find inhale, crown forward. Bend step. Knee. And kind of intend your heel curl. Move. And ankle on the side. So hips. Just move slow. Be with today. So place a block behind you and sit down. When you come to stand, super nice. So that block behind the heel, see hands on it. And spend time sitting up in the breath. So play around with that. Come back towards center. In slightly. Keep the toes same as the knees and lower the hips. Oh. Bring yourself to your back. Slow. Give yourself a deep inhale. Exhale. Bring towards not about that with the arms up to the side. Just reach your legs from side to side. Inhale, bring the knees up and exhale, lower down nicely. Notice that you can cross that knee down, you stretch all along to the obliques. Maybe transfers. Let yourself soften the face and shoulders. And bring knees into the chest, then a nice circle around the knees and let them circle out. And reverse the chest, extend the leg down the length of the mat. Arm out to the side. As you draw the knee towards the left, as the right shoulder stays towards that. Nice skin, go towards the right. Left heel. Bottom of the mat. As you gently draw every part down. Attention down and away. And center that knee out of the space and let it drop out. Take your to the top of that hip. Feel a little bit open. You can kind of draw that knee up to your side and let it drop down. We'll push that left knee into chest, extend the right knee down the length of the left knee. Left shoulder blade stays down, gaze over the hips. And let that exhale work covering. It's a shoulder blade. Sometimes it's pulling into the neck as if we won't let our head fully rest. Face soften, your jaw, throat, creases around the eyes. And come back to center. That nice little squeeze, little compression. Then take the right hand to the right hip. Left knee just open. You can stay here in the stretch, or maybe it feels good to kind of draw the knee in and up and then down again. And let yourself make any last little bit of movement. And even here, a final rest is great. So I won't go through a full Savasana since we've hit the 45, but I highly recommend it. So it's my last soapbox for you for today. Forward folds and Savasana. Give yourself that rest time, even if it's sitting up. That feels more energizing for your day. If you feel like you might fall asleep, take a little time just to sit in easy seated pose. Allow yourself to soften your gaze or close your eyes and just kind of let your breath draw you in just at least for a few minutes. One, it gives you space. We all need that space to ourselves, and you're just kind of catching those moments when you can. And it also helps to cool down that myofascial tissue that is kind of surrounding all of our muscles, our whole body. That's how our body speaks to each other, and we've just kind of reworked it a little bit. So we're letting it reorganize in a little bit different shape, and letting it cool down in this shape is a really good idea. So highly recommend it.
give yourself all the time you need, and I'll stop talking and you give yourself time. And I appreciate you for being here. And thanks. I hope to see you soon.